Hi, my name is Vicki Cohen, and I'm the founder and director of Cebu Wildlife Sanctuary, and we're about to show you a dream come true, one of the many dreams come true with this brand new habitat we've built for the howlers. I see these howlers that are so used to being free and wild and going from canopy to canopy, and because of, I hate to say human encroachment, but because of our doing, with uninsulated power lines and dogs running free, we have these injured animals, these beautiful injured howler monkeys, and what happens, especially on the electric lines, when they're electrocuted, if they're not killed instantly, sometimes it'll just burn through their arm or their leg, and then they become, if we can save them, then they become handicapped, and then they can't be released, and then you have to make a decision about whether to save their life or end their life. I don't believe we end people's lives because they lose an arm or they lose a leg or they have any kind of mental head injury or something. And so with that in my mind and in my heart, I wanted to be able to create, I would love to enclose the entire canopy of Cebu's forest that we plant hundreds of trees every year for them. But this was the closest thing to being able to start, and this habitat is it's, let me say, like 40, almost 50 feet high, and we did enclose trees, and we've planted over 60 trees underneath the floor, which starts 3 meters up from the ground. So that's all open. It's open space, but the habitat does have a flooring on them. But when these trees start coming up to the bottom of our chain link floor, we're going to cut a small hole and then let the tree come in and create a jungle inside. So we have more trees, but when we're just wanting to provide a little bit more natural environment for them. And of course, we're going to, because they are handicapped, we're going to be putting all sorts of protective netting down below. So if they do lose their balance, because they only have one arm, if they do lose their balance and they fall, that they won't get hurt. So that is the idea, and you can see there is protected area. I didn't want to hurt these trees, so instead of putting metal to block the heavy rain, I found a really heavy-duty clear plastic to allow the trees that were growing underneath here. This part of the canopy, the majority is open air. It has chain link above it, so nobody can come in, but it is open for the environment. So they will be experiencing some rain, and they have shelter. But most of all, you could see all the trees that did exist on this part of the property. And what is so cool is that the sanctuary is built on a hilltop, and we checked all around the entire hilltop where to put this particular habitat, and all the other angles were like so incredibly steep, 70, 80 degrees, and this was the least steep part of it. And we said, okay, let's start building right here, because it does have to be close by, because we are still feeding, we are still scrubbing and keeping it clean, and also definitely want to be able to see if someone falls or is injured or is sick, and doing our daily observations, which we do several times a day, just checking on everybody's social behavior, how their health and their eating and everything like that.